Welcome to my place. Let's push back the mud so we can see clearly. I was in prayer the other day with my prayer partner, and as we were praying, I heard the Lord say, push back the mud so you can see clearly. I was like, what does that mean? He also then showed me a visual of a pond. This pond was filled with clear water. Some of the water was clear, but around the edges of that pond, it was very muddy. I was trying to see if there were fish in the pond, but I couldn't see through it because the pond was so muddy. So of course, this prompted me to ask God, what is this? What are you showing me? What does it mean? Why are you showing me this? Am I missing something? Then I thought, okay, there's a lesson in this. I know there's a lesson in this. What do I need to learn from what you're showing me? So, of course, you know me, well, many of you know me, that I love words. So the first thing I wanted to do was go to the dictionary and find out how the dictionary describes this word mud. So the first description explained that mud is a combination of earth and water. Okay. It went on with another definition of the word mud, and it described it as worthless and polluting. So now that I got the dictionary meaning of the word, or at least some of the dictionary meanings of the word mud, now I wanted to move on with the most important search, and that's through Scripture, searching the Scripture. You see, searching the Scripture will give us an understanding of how to apply these things to what's happening in our life today. For example, through that we can find out, is there anything in our lives that is causing us delay or is causing us to be hindered, that we can't progress and go forward in what we're supposed to be doing or even not doing. Scripture will reveal that to us as we search. It will cause us to pay attention to what may be hindering us. Well, I believe that with God saying this to me, He certainly got me to pay attention. It was very strange, and it made me respond with, what's this about? What are you saying, God? I need your help. I need your help to push back the mud. I need your help to see clearer. If I'm not seeing clearly, I need your help to see clearer. So this made me take a pause and examine myself and say, okay, what are those muddy areas in my life that's causing me not to see clearly, that's causing me not to see Him clearly? Muddy places can be a metaphor. It doesn't have to be something tangible. It could be something in my thoughts that I'm agreeing with that I shouldn't be agreeing with, that may be causing me to be hindered or delayed in an area of my life. It could be a habit that I've developed that God is saying, stop that. Now, in the Bible, mud symbolizes the mire of life's challenges and distractions that can cloud our vision and that can cloud our judgment. Mud will slow you down. Mud, and if it's thick enough, in some cases, mud will actually stop you from progressing, from moving forward. It could stop you right in your tracks. It can also weigh us down. Sometimes our lives often feel like we're trying to see through mud, right? It makes it difficult to see what steps to take, what we're supposed to do, or again, not do, where we're supposed to go or not go, and sometimes, most importantly, not being able to see clearly what decisions we need to make. But what if there's a way to push back the mud and see clearly? Well, one way we can find out how to push back the mud is in Psalm 40:2. It states, He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. This verse reminds me that although we may be in the murkiest place, in the mire, there is hope for clarity and stability, the hope in what God will do for us. So we can push back the mud in our lives. Another way is through prayer and meditation. Through prayer and meditation, we connect with God. He provides insight to show us areas in our lives that we need to address or maybe even change. In other words, He spoke this to me while I was praying. So now I needed to meditate on what He was saying and to understand what He was saying and showing me. And through prayer and meditation, He will give me the revelation of what He was saying. He'll give me the insight of what He was saying to me. Now, as we're continuing with the prayer and meditation, of course, I go back to searching the scripture. God is guiding us. He's revealing to us what He's saying to us. So I'll have an understanding with what He's meaning with what He said to me during the prayer. Searching the scripture gives us light. In Psalm 119, 130, it states, "The entrance of thy word giveth light, and it giveth understanding to the simple." So it's a benefit as we are praying and meditating and searching the scripture. God is revealing to us, we're getting revelation of the things we need to push back so we can see clearer, so we can see Him clearer, and clearly know what we're supposed to be doing, to clearly know what decisions He wants us to make, to clearly know what direction He wants us to go in. So I've begun to do this, and I've already gotten one area that I know that the Lord is saying to me to do now. And it's something that He has been telling me to do, and that is to eat clean, to eat better. I haven't been doing that, and He's been speaking to me about that, and honestly, I have been in disobedience about that. I've been procrastinating, I'll say, about that. But when He said, push back the mud so you can see clearly, and I begin to examine myself with some of the things, I'm sure that there are many more things that He wants me to push back the mud on. But He's revealing things to me that I am taking one by one. You see, I know that when I don't eat right, when I don't eat clean, I can't think straight. I'm thinking in a fog constantly. I'm bogged down. I'm weighed down. I don't think as sharp. And you know, God cares about every area of our lives. I say this all the time. He cares about every area of our lives. He wants me to have a long life, and He wants you to have a long life. So I gotta eat right. I have to eat clean. And that's one thing that I need to do now. He wants me to be in health. In His word, He says in 3 John 1 and 2, "Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth." He wants me to be in health. He wants me to prosper. He wants me to be able to think clearly. He wants me to be able to move around freely. He wants me to be able to be healthy to do what He's called me to do. God not only wants us to be spiritually doing well, He wants us to be physically doing well. He wants our health to be well. So I would encourage you today to search out where the mud is. Search out where the mud is in your life. Remember, it's a metaphor. It doesn't have to be something tangible, but it could be something that we're doing that's causing us to be slowed down, weighed down, and in some cases, even stopped. It could cause us to be delayed. It could cause us to be hindered. It could be so many different things. Let's examine ourselves. And I know that when He spoke this to me, He doesn't speak things to us once. You know, like for us to just take it once and examine it and meditate on it once. He's given us this so we can continue to do it throughout our lives, throughout our walk with Him. That we will be continually, so I'll be continually examining, taking pauses, and seeing where there is mud in my life, that I may be able to see and hear Him clearly. So push back the mud. Thank you for stopping by today, and thank you for listening. Remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Share the video, because remember, when you share, you encourage someone else. Have a wonderful day. Bye.